bullish news is just flooding the crypto market, just like the rain and floods here. But if you do look at XRP, it's holding on pretty quickly. And if you do look at the trend which it is on, that's what we should be looking at. A break here means we're going for a FOMO season. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Back in March, when I shared this thought process, it did look like a no-sleep wild season. However, we did come back down there. This pattern was valid. Now, that structure is not just started this year. We were following the exact same structure from earlier time when we were doing this job, showing the possibility. We did come down there, we did bounce off to the roof, we did break that to the upside, right? We followed it throughout while it was going up and to the downside. We had the thought process of what the market is showing. And right now, we get to see how we are trying to break back higher. 65,500, Bitcoin going above that. Boom, that's a great news for the entire ecosystem. In the recent days, if you do look at what the price action is doing, you can clearly see something here. 5 days back, when the price was at 58,000, I shared this narrative with the SI family. I was saying, watch, a break here is changing trend. And just like that, we made a bottom and a reversal signal, which I shared with you guys again 4 days back, just a day after that, saying we are looking for 60K. Followed it up with saying, as soon as you break this, it's going to be a FOMO season. Back then, you were still below 59,000. Right now, Bitcoin stands at or close to $65,000. That's not a small movement in the market. Bitcoin breaking above this trend line is euphoric zone for altcoins. Remember, on a weekly, you still have negative divergence. On a weekly, you still abide by this rule, which means your macro trend line support is what your resistance was once you broke down. However, right now, as you can see in front of you, weekly Bitcoin shows you just broke back up, which means that trend line held. Or the bears who tried to break that trend line are now finding it really hard to hold on to the market, or they are fighting with margins. While Bitcoin goes up, XRP goes up. But XRP started going up against Bitcoin as well in the recent weeks. We were talking about this. We were talking about the possibility of an inverse head and shoulder. Now we broke to the upside. What should we be looking for? One of the easiest aspects is that, yeah, this trend line is valid. Yes, you're testing this range. However, not only a test is required, you need to break through. So XRP to Bitcoin is entering the zone which is bullish. 70 plus in RSI shows you extreme bullishness. And that's on a daily. You move on to a 3-day, you're already at 63, which is a positive zone. Because if you do look at XRP USD, now you are like, okay, on a weekly, you are at 56, which is good because you only have to reach around 68 on the weekly RSI for XRP to go euphoric. On a 3-day chart, XRP is already around 63 on the RSI. Not only that, by that time, the price has already managed to reach a trend line resistance, which would look somewhat like this, a channel. Now, if we are to put the argument of wave one is done, which only has a 50% odds, we'll have to say, okay, this is the microwave structure of the 1, 2, 3. Wave 3 is big, usual in payments assets, not a surprise. But if we expect that as a wave 1, now what we are saying is this is wave 1 and its correction. Wave 2 is starting. And the start of wave 2 is from 0.38. So you're now not looking at wave 1 in this concept. You're looking for wave 2 in XRP. Now, what's the trouble with that? In wave 2, historically speaking, what you would be looking at in XRP terminology is not the biggest rally. The biggest rally in the recent past came in wave 3. That's the trouble, because this is the microwave structure we're talking about. And the moment I say that, majority would be, whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell are you talking about? Are we not looking for a big run up? That's where I need your attention. Have patience for a bit of time and listen carefully. On the macro, when you come back, what do you see here? This is something which you should not forget. On a macro, it shows you 1, 2, and you're just starting the wave 3. Now, what's special about wave 3? Or do you think there is nothing special? That's where reality is. Whether you go back, believe me, whether you go back to 2014 or 2017, wave 3 has been massive. Look at this. 1, 2, and boom, 3. Wave 3 was big. That was not small, man. 1, 2, 3, boom. That again was big. Now, if you break this structure down, you'll actually see the 1, the 2, and the 3, where wave 3 was again big move. Which means, easy terms, on a monthly, on the market cyclical perspective, you're now looking at XRP putting the argument, we are about to do the wave 3, man. Maybe after this, crypto is going for a sleepover for a long period of time. Which means if this asset has provided enormous amount of return in wave 3s, this can be one of the biggest possibilities out there in front of us. So now the trouble is, you zoom in and you say, okay, for this cycle, we have a long way to the upside. However, for the first leg up, which we will be watching, which should be wave 2 of that macro wave 3, you may not look more than 20x. Maybe I'm wrong. But believe me, I'll be happy with that wave 2. Now, in XRP price terminology, say let's put that there. Let's see what would that mean when the price goes at 20x from there. The price can actually go up towards 8.29. I would argue majority of you are not sad. A lot of you are happy. Why? All-time highs back in 2017 was like 3.8 in few exchanges, 3.6 in few. Say the average was 3.5. Now we are at 0.6, so just below that. So price going back up to that level in itself is a huge move. But then the trouble is that's just wave 2, and wave 3 has historically produced bigger returns in this asset. Not just, now don't put the argument like, okay, that's 2014, that's 2017, this is not continuing. No. For some reason, this asset does that bigger wave 3 structure. Why? I really don't know. Maybe it's some algorithmic bullshit, but you can actually see this. That wave 3, whether it happened in 2020, 20 or 2021 or 2014 or 2017, all of them shows you this. So why wouldn't that be valid on a monthly chart on a cyclical perspective? And if it is valid, you can decide. I showed you the data. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think the chart is. If that's true, maybe I was wrong. We're not going for wave 2. But the enormous return of other assets which are actually going to wave 2, yeah, they do bigger in wave 2. But this guy, he does big not in wave 2, in wave 3. And now we are reaching that range where we are about to kickstart that wave 3, and you don't want to miss it. So stay tuned with the XRP Bitcoin chart and the breakout here, because your resistance zone would be where you plot this trend line and argue yourself. Do we have some room to go to the upside? Yeah. And that in itself should kick off something. What? A FOMO season. Remember, this kind of a trend down against Bitcoin generated that 1,400x return. What do you think is going to start after we break through this? It's going to be massive, not just a 20x. So that's why the microwave 3 and the microwave 3 is going to generate that amount of liquidity and profits if you are positioned well enough in this asset, or at least highly correlated assets. So you get somewhat something similar. So use that for your portfolio. And if you want help to stay alive in this market, to stay updated and educated, use the Scientific Investor family, where we go through all of these posts one by one, detailing it just like you can see. We went through all of those. So you can use the link in the description below to reach me via Patreon. So guys, if you haven't smashed the like button yet, please do that for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.